It has been a minute since I have sat in front of my camera to try and attempt to make one of these videos. I have stepped away from YouTube for the past 2 years, really, because I just didn't have any consistency, if I'm going to be quite frank. Like, how people sat in front of the camera and just was consistently dropping. I just had it was hard because I didn't have any sense of consistency or direction, if I'm going to be quite frank about it. But that has changed alongside so many other things in my life over the past 2 years. Over the past 2 years, things have changed for me in some of the best ways that I never even realized that I needed, if I'm going to be quite honest. I have changed my eating patterns. I have changed my drive. I have opened myself back up to love. I have been able to, change the trajectory of so many things. And I've also moved into a new place. So many changes, but with so many changes also comes a lot of new lessons as well too. Before we delve into this quick life update, because this video is not going to be long at all, I have decided to rebrand this channel a little bit. I know a lot of people were familiar with this channel being called #HeyJay. And honestly, I know the hashtag, it was so corny at the time when I came up with it. It was because the hashtag was supposed to mean that everything's just trending. But since then, I have decided to rebrand it to Cut To JayTee. And Cut To JayTee is something that I came up with that's going to be, it kind of coincides with where I am in my life now. But for the life update, just to make it quick, for the ones who have been following this channel still, as you guys know, who still have the notifications turned on, that over the past year I started a podcast. And the podcast is called the Hear Me Out Podcast with Tim and JT, where me and my friend turned brother basically came up with this podcast. It's like a rewatch podcast. We cover nostalgic movies, nostalgic TV shows, and nostalgic channels. Things that shaped our childhoods, and we just revisit these movies every week. We give you divisive hot takes. We give you so many laughs. We give you a lot of laughs, actually. I'm sorry, I'm not even saying it because it's mine. I'm not being biased when I say this. Me and my co-host Tim are some of the funniest people that I know. Like, some of the stuff that comes out of our mouth is literally word vomit. And if you guys have not tuned in, please make sure you guys tune in, because we drop every Thursday, no later than 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So make sure you guys check out the Hear Me Out Podcast. It's a playlist that's on this channel, and it's just called Hear Me Out Podcast. So just make sure you guys check that out. We're in our second season. We have done very well. We've had celebrities reach out saying they're enjoying the podcast. We've had other people just hitting us up randomly. If you go on Apple Podcasts and read the comments and the reviews, people are really enjoying it. We're still 5 out of 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. So it's honestly amazing, but it's honestly available everywhere you guys listen to podcasts. My co-host Tim, I've known Tim for a few years from just around the way, but when I tell you, he has stepped into my life, and from a stranger to associate to a friend to a brother. I always call him my brother. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot more of him, on the podcast. And then also too, you guys are going to be seeing him, like us just hanging out, or us behind the scenes getting ready for the podcast, or how we come up with, ideas that we have for the podcast. So it is going to be a wild ride with that. But alongside meeting Tim brings me to another life update. It's some of the friends that I have made over the past 2 years, and then some of the people who I've known for a while, but they just decided to and life has just decided to put them in the front seat of my life lately, and I just could not be more grateful. Over the past 2 years, I have met some of the most funniest, liveliest, ambitious people I have ever met, and I could not be more grateful. And with this new rebrand on this YouTube channel, you guys are going to be able to meet them, see us hang out. And when I tell you, these people are a time. every time I see these people, we are always laughing. We are always cutting up, talking trash, having fun, which is what life is all about. So I just cannot wait to start making more of these videos so you guys can get an idea of who they are. Something else I'm very proud of is that over the past 2 years, your boy done lost 75 pounds to be exact. Yes, I have lost 75 pounds. I've given up all pork. I've given up all fried foods. I'm still struggling a little bit with French fries, but I've been doing a lot better. Don't judge me. I drink soda socially. I don't drink alcohol or smoke, so there's no issue there. I don't do a lot of sweets. I try to cut out as much carbs as I can. I've gotten into the gym heavy and stuff, and I just could not be more proud of myself because I've always had confidence, but I never knew how much confidence was still hidden under the weight that I didn't realize made me insecure. You know, I feel like since losing the 75 pounds, I am more confident. I am more ambitious. I dress a lot better. I'm not afraid to be, I feel like everything that I was meant to be now. I feel like I look how I always felt internally. And I just could not be more happy about that. Another change that has come along is that I have moved. If you go back and look at all my old videos, it seemed like everything had the same setting, which was my old apartment. And I know some people look at will look at it, okay, you moved to a new place. People move all the time. It's not that big of a deal. It is for me because I'm not ashamed to say that my first apartment, I will always say that I feel like my first apartment definitely grew me up and made me a man, because that was my first time having 100% responsibilities in my hand, in my name. And I am so proud of the way I've handled myself over the past 6 years when it comes down to paying my bills, being on top of everything, pretty much having everything together. Because, you know, when I was a child, I acted as a child, but now I'm a man, I put away those childish things. And I'm a living testament to that, and I'm proud of myself, and I don't need someone else to be proud of me to be proud of myself. I now have a luxury apartment. I'm in the city. I love it. It's very peaceful. It's very centered. I thought that me moving from my old apartment was going to be such like a challenging thing for me, because a lot of my first apartment was a part of my identity. You know, people associated my apartment with me, my apartment number with me. So to step out of that comfort zone, when I saw myself in that, U-Haul truck, moving furniture, moving stuff into my new place, you know, looking in the rearview mirror, or the side view mirrors, technically, in the U-Haul. I just couldn't believe I was making this change, but it helped me realize that this is honestly a new era for me, because at the time of recording this video, my birthday is like 4 or 5 days away, and I'm about to be 33, and this is my Jesus year, you know. So with this new year, it's all about rebirth, rebrand, and just defying gravity, you know. And I'm just so proud of myself. But guys, this is pretty much everything I've been up to. You guys are going to see a lot more. Cut To JayTee, which is now the rebranded name for the channel, will be dropping every Monday. So you guys will get life update videos, reviews and reactions, just daily vlogs, behind the scenes of the Hear Me Out podcast. It's just so many things are going to come alongside with this, because now, since I have a sense of direction and vision, I cannot wait for you guys to see it. And my sole purpose for this rebrand, and for me trying to make another conscious effort to do YouTube, is to just be able to touch one person. If I can make one person laugh, if I can give insight to one person, if one person could just stumble across one of these videos and gain something from one of these videos, then I have set out and I have done what I wanted to do with this rebrand. But guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Like I said, Cut To JayTee drops every Monday. The Hear Me Out podcast will drop every Thursday. So make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that notification bell to get notified. And until the next video, I'm out.